Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new episode of Audionots. This is episode 14. We are your curators of pop culture, your super scions of comics. You know, we do it all, everything, every little bit. How are you today, Mr. Rin?
Staying safe.
Staying safe.
Staying inside, not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, this is, if there's ever been a better time to just sit at home and listen to podcasts, it's now, right?
This is the time.
There's never been
and
a better time.
that's why we're doing this, right?
Yeah,
for
your health and safety. Yeah, it's gotten a little crazy. You don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but how can you not?
Yeah, it's everywhere. Little nutty out there.
Yeah, everything is closed down overnight. So yesterday, the NBA season was trucking along. There was still football on the horizon. Baseball was still a thing. Hockey was still a thing. Nobody thought twice. And then by today, it's all gone.
It goes to show you how big sports is in here, right?
In America.
How much it matters. Like before that, we were all having normal life, and then it happened. It hit sports, and all of a sudden, close everything. God damn it.
Well, I think what people need to realize, and hopefully they do, because I think what I've noticed is there's like these two spectrums, right? So you've got someone way on one side that's like, oh, I don't care. This is just a cold. I don't know what everybody's so afraid about. You know, they don't care. They don't get it. And then you've got the other people on the other side that are like, oh my God, the sky is falling. You know, they're terrified. And the reality lives somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And I think that people, they're getting extra afraid and they're buying up all this stuff. Like my wife went to hunt down some like bare necessities, the TPs and cleaning supplies of the world. Can't do it. She said the stores were empty in our little town.
Damn. Because luckily we went last week. We got some like cleaning wipes.
We have some of that too, but I started to think about it because I had heard this thing where they said we're basically, as of right now, we're on day 8 of this coronavirus. And if you were to compare us to Italy, who's kind of having the worst case of it right now, by the time they hit day 12, they were in full quarantine in the whole country. Nobody was allowed out of the house.
It's like a freaking movie, man.
Yeah, it's like a movie. Yeah. And so if you end up in a town, and there's already some towns in America that are under full quarantine where you can't leave your house. But if you end up in that situation and you're not prepared, you know, for just the basic stuff, and now I finally understand why there's runs on it. And so it's like you feel bad for the people who maybe hoarded too much.
Oh, I know one.
Yeah.
Top ramen.
Top ramen?
Maybe.
Yeah, because it's cheap.
Yeah.
You last forever. I think we actually have a lot of top ramen. That's why everybody's buying like rice, because it's easy.
Rice, water, jerky, top ramen.
Twinkies. They'll survive everything. But yeah, so everybody needs to relax. I get that it seems scary, that everything's closing, but they're doing that for you. You shouldn't be more scared because they quit doing all these events. You should be less scared because what they've done is they've slowed down the virus spread. It's a very contagious virus. Most likely, the majority of everybody isn't going to die from it. You know, I can't promise that you won't die from it. I don't know anybody's problems, right? But you're not likely going to, you know, croak from this thing. So you just need to let it run through. And they're trying their best to slow it down because they talk about flattening the curve.
Yeah.
And what that basically means to talk about it where you can't look at like a graphic. Imagine that our healthcare system can handle the number 10. Just that's what it is. And right now we're at 0. If you allow the people who are sick to go to 20, all of a sudden that's 10 past what the healthcare system can handle.
The curve spikes up really high.
Yeah, the curve is too high. Yeah. And so by them canceling all these big events, you start to bring the curve down. You flattening the curve back down to that equal level of 10, and then they can handle it. So the real people that need help, you know, your elderly, the people that have like underlying health issues like asthma and stuff, they can actually go and get the help and be okay too. So it reduces the chance of fatality.
Right.
For the most of us, we don't need to be going to the doctor and wasting their time anyways if you got a cold. And I wonder if that's a problem yet where like, you're like, oh man, I don't feel good. I'm going to go to the doctor, but there's really nothing all that wrong with you.
You know, sometimes it's like mental too.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm sniffing. And then you start just sniffing like, wait, am I sick now? Yeah, it's all mental.
Yeah, there's a lot of mental to it because if you think about it, too much and you start to really focus on it, you start to stress out, and that actually probably makes you feel worse because your mind can absolutely control what your body feels.
If you're like in a room that's kind of hot because it's really sunny, you're like, man, feeling a little hot today.
Yeah.
Am I burning up? but it's just actually really hot.
Well, we can see that every day as Oregonians. So we go outside and we go for a walk. We're like, oh man, it's like today. It's so weird that the world is basically falling down around us, and today is a gorgeous Oregon day. It's beautiful outside, but it's only 58 degrees. But when I see that, I think, man, it's warm out.
Yeah.
But if it was cloudy and 58, it'd be cold. So yeah, your mind absolutely has a lot to do with it. So for all my hypochondriac friends, relax. It's gonna be fine. Stay at home. Netflix in quarantine, watch your favorite shows, your movies, listen to some music, and rock our podcast, and you'll be good. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm going to catch up on all my shows.
Yeah, so let me ask you. Quarantined Mr. Rin, what are you watching?
Right now?
Yeah, let's start now, then what you're going to watch. Let's do both.
I'll finish Hunters.
Okay. How far along are you?
I'm like halfway.
Okay.
Yeah. And so far, I still really like it.
You still really like it?
It gets a little comic-y. So.
Okay. I actually think I might like it better if it gets comic-y.
Yeah, because like I was telling you earlier, it gets like they give you commercial breaks in a way, but the commercial breaks are still giving you information about the show.
That's funny. That's kind of amusing.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny in a way. We just gotta take it in. Like,
okay.
Don't think too much about it. Just take it in, enjoy it for what it is.
Maybe that was part of my problem with the first episode is I was overthinking what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm down. I'll go back and watch some Hunters. What else are you watching?
I need to go back and finish The Magicians.
Oh, and every episode you say that.
I know. I'm there's so much shows to watch because right now I'm actually watching anime because I'm really hyped about it right now.
Okay, you're hot on anime.
Yeah, my our coworker he said you should watch this show. It's so good. And I don't know. The character looks kind of dumb.
What show? Let's hear it.
And then,
even though I don't like anime, others might.
You gotta get past that, and I did, and it was dope. It's called The 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, it's got a cool name.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and each sin is a character.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So each sin is personified as an actual entity.
Yeah, like the main dude, it's called like the sin of wrath.
Yeah,
and he's like a dragon sin of wrath.
What's gluttony look like? Is it just a fat ass?
I don't know. I haven't got there yet.
That's my favorite of the deadly sins because I'm like, come on, how is being an overeater as bad as murder?
They preview one of the gluttony, and this is she's like Merlin the gluttony or something like that.
Merlin the gluttony.
Yeah, because it takes place back in like the knights and stuff like that. A lot of magic, and it's really good. It's on Netflix.
How many seasons?
3.
Is it complete?
I don't know.
That's why I'd wonder if it's a complete series.
But it's really good.
What else?
And then what else am I watching?
So you're watching. Well, you said you want to watch The Magicians. So you're telling me all you're watching right now is Hunters and the 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah, it's a lot of Katana right now.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're really into a show, you can like do episode after episode.
Yeah.
Like my life right now, if you get past, because I've told you guys before, I have a specific times for certain things. So
certain shows or certain events.
Yeah. So at lunchtime, because I'm watching by myself, I'm still watching that Dave show on Hulu/FX.
And that's daily and weekly, right?
It's once a week.
Okay.
And it's freaking hilarious. So last episode, because I'd only seen a couple, I said that you're only going to like this show. I felt like I was biased.
Yeah.
That you're only going to love this show if you're into rap music and Little Dicky and, those types of things. But honestly, it's gotten so funny. So funny. It's dirty. So if you don't like dirty humor, stay away. But if you enjoy a kind of a funny show that makes, and it's not, their dick jokes aren't so gross like Paradise PD. Paradise PD's gone off the rails for me. It's just, they push the limits of good taste and I don't like it as much. But Dave is so funny that I actually going to give it a recommendation now because if you're not watching Dave, give it at least 3 episodes and see if you like it.
Still not biased.
Well, I'm certain I'm biased, but I feel like I'm realizing that people outside of what I thought was maybe a very specific window might actually like this show.
Yeah.
Because I'm digging it. So I'm watching Dave at lunch and totally digging it because they make some of the funniest jokes I've ever heard. Little Dicky, turns out he's a quality actor. He's basically just playing himself, which probably always helps to a new actor. But his persona that he's already created over these years of his rapping works so perfect for the show. And he's not afraid to make fun of himself. Like this whole last episode was really revolving around a deformity to his penis and how he's never actually shown his junk to his girlfriend. and then at the end she kind of gets to see it for the first time. It's really clever and funny.
Wait, but doesn't she like feel it?
So his spoiler alert, if anybody cares about spoilers and comedies, his whole deal is that when he was young, he had to have some sort of surgery, some testicular thing, and so they used ball skin on his actual shaft. And so the shaft of his ween is like a prune. It's not normal.
Right.
And because of the grafting of the skin, he has not one but two pee holes. So, I mean, apparently this is a very specific thing that can happen to people. And so he talks about, like, when he pees, he always sits down to pee. Otherwise, he says he pees all over himself. But in the few occasions when he's at a urinal, he actually has to plug one up with his thumb, plug one of the holes up.
You think that's true?
I don't know. He's like so willing to make fun of himself that you almost wonder if this is a real ailment he suffers from. If it is, it's kind of funny that he's not afraid to talk about it.
I bet you it is, because like the most part, like when he like presents the show, a lot of stuff is true, right?
Yeah,
like
I think
his bar mitzvah money sort of.
Right, it's supposed to be based on his real life. Now, whether or not, I'm sure they take a lot of, their own choices to make it funnier, but. Yeah, so the reason she doesn't feel anything is it doesn't necessarily feel weird. It just looks weird, And so she finally gets to see it in the end, and she's a real good girlfriend, so it all works out. But there's this I don't want to tell too much about it, but there's a scene where she makes him tell her what he likes to jay off to. And the outcome of that whole scenario was really funny. I mean, it was just murdering me.
That's all in episode 3.
That's all. Like literally, what I'm talking about all happened in episode 3. Damn, and I was just dying from the last 2 minutes of that show. I was laughing out loud in a quiet room by myself.
Oh, dude, I'm looking at my Netflix right now.
Yeah.
And did you know that they have like little flags on the shows you watch?
What do you mean? Show me.
I totally forgot that I'm watching Altered Carbon 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I really like it so far too. Look, it says top 10 on there.
Oh, so it's a top 10 maybe streamed show?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did you notice that?
I did not know that.
Oh my God, Love is Blind, top 10.
Yeah, are you watching Love is Blind?
Oh, my wife watches it. Yeah.
And that was going to be the other thing I said is for my viewing habits, my nighttime viewing I watch with my wife as well, and she likes reality TV.
Oh, yeah.
And so we've been watching a lot of reality TV at night. So we've been binge watching The Challenge, MTV's The Challenge. And it's where like the good looking folks all compete in like these things where MTV tries to basically kill them. And then they survive the challenge and vote each other out and sleep with each other and swear and punch each other. So it's pretty entertaining. But we don't have MTV on YouTube TV. So we have to do free 7-day trials of like Sling so we can watch it. And so we waited till the season was over.
Yeah.
And so now we have to watch the entire season in 7 days. So that's pretty much taking up all of our time. And then the only other show that I'm watching is because the whole family loves it is The Masked Singer.
Oh, yeah.
And last night's Masked Singer had me shook. It was crazy. So anybody who really likes The Masked Singer and hasn't seen the most current episode where the bear is revealed, click out for a few seconds because I'm going to say who it is. But if you don't care, it's just I was so shocked. So they had all these people compete in their their costumes and whatnot, and the bear comes out. And she's a rapper, or she's rapping. I don't know if you can call her.
I don't think she's a rapper.
She's not a rapper, but she's performing a rap song, and she's performing it actually very poorly. So she's not a good rapper.
And we all know this rap song.
Yeah. And she goes and does her thing, and of course, in the end, she ends up losing, and so she has to reveal herself. Like, we were all guessing, and my wife was so certain she knew who it was, and we were all like guessing and guessing, and then she pulls off her bear head. And it was freaking Sarah Palin. Sarah freaking Palin. I couldn't believe it.
And she was rapping Sir Mix-a-Lots.
Yeah, she was rapping Baby Got Back.
Yeah.
So Baby Got Back by Sarah Palin. I think what's even funnier is for no one, if you haven't actually seen this show, after they rap with their masks on when they lose and reveal their faces, they make them rap as the end credits run without the mask on, so you can just see them rapping. So you can actually see Sarah Palin rapping Baby's Got Back, and it was hilarious. I think this woman one time actually thought she could be our president. It was incredible. But so that's kind of what I've been watching most recently.
Oh, back to Altered Carbon.
Yeah,
I really like what they did this season to like have the villain.
Okay, explain. Explain it without spoiling.
Well, if I tell you, it's a spoiler.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's the villain of the season. It's really cool how they did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like one of these things? So anybody who hasn't seen Altered Carbon, and I need to catch up because I really like that show, but I only watched about half of the first season.
Yeah.
Is people can change sleeves, which are basically bodies, by
human bodies.
taking out their stack.
Yeah.
And the stack is almost like a hard drive that they jam in the back of your neck.
Yep.
That kind of holds on to all your memories and feelings and stuff like that. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm guessing maybe the villain is constantly swapping stacks or something.
I don't know. You gotta watch.
That'd be pretty cool.
Well, later on in season 1, you find out that it's not just humans.
Interesting.
Yeah,
so you can swap your stack into an animal?
I don't know.
Dude, that's hot news.
So yeah, that's why you need to watch
I think
it.
I remember something because it's been a little bit even since I've seen the first half of the first season. But I thought I remember somebody at least commenting about somebody being inside of a snake once.
You gotta watch.
Yeah, so I want to get on it. Since we're talking about Netflix and Altered Carbon, we'll officially pop into the healthy stream. So did you see, and I know you did because I told you earlier.
Yeah.
But for our audience, we'll all play along. We're just learning. But so I know you watched the trailer. Altered Carbon, they're making an anime of it.
Yeah.
How cool is that? So it's called Altered Carbon Resleeved.
Carbon.
Altered Carbon.
You're talking about like Carmen Sandiego.
Did I say Carmen each
Yeah.
time? Every time? Or just
now,
recently?
Just recently.
It's because somebody messed with my stack.
Altered Carmen Sandiego.
Altered Carbon Monoxide Resleeved is an anime on Netflix. And did you watch the trailer?
I did.
Can you tell, since you've seen more Altered Carbon than I have, whether or not it's a prequel, a continuation, or it's something else just in the same world?
I think it's something else.
In the same world?
Yeah, because it doesn't. It's like it's him, the main dude.
Yeah. Because he's been around forever, right? Because
Yeah.
he can just keep swapping sleeves.
Well, the thing is, from season 1, you see him as a young Takashi.
Takashi?
Is that his name?
Yes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Kovac.
Kovac?
Right?
Takashi Kovac?
And then they got his stack and they put him in sleep for like 200 years.
200 years?
Yeah.
How would a sleeve last 200 years?
No, his stack.
Oh, did they just keep his stack somewhere for 200 years?
Yeah. Well, his stack was like in jail basically for 200 years.
Oh,
And
okay.
he woke back up as the white dude.
Got
in
it.
season 1. Yeah. And so it has to happen in present day.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it looks. I read that it's being made by the people that made Ghost in the Shell,
Yeah.
which I guess is pretty cool. I've never
Yeah.
seen it. Have you seen it?
I've seen animes of it, and you can tell by the animation. And
But
this one's cool because it's like 3D.
It looks really neat. Like the production values of it look amazing, and so it looks like Netflix is doing a pretty good job, kind of like cherry picking their very best commodities,
Yeah.
and giving them more things. 'Cause we saw that they're doing that with The Witcher too. You know,
Yeah.
they're gonna have that Witcher cartoon.
Yeah, because I saw a headline saying that you can't tell that story with live action, and you have to do it animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
So you're like, how crazy is it gonna get? You know?
I love it. I love that they're not afraid to basically do mixed media. It's
Yeah.
like you can tell maybe one part of the story as a television with live actors, and then you tell another part of the story as an animation with, animated characters. I mean, that's so cool.
Maybe when they're like mutating the Witcher, it's too much. You know?
Yeah.
Like you gotta go through hell to become a Witcher.
Right.
So
I hope there's the other thing that I've seen where I've invested time in both real actors and in the animation as well as with the Clone Wars. And it took me a while because I forgot that's the other thing I'm watching all the time too.
Oh yeah.
Is Clone Wars because I'm all the way up to season 5 halfway, and I think there's only 7 seasons, and they get way shorter than the last 2 seasons. They go from
close.
like 22 episodes a season to down to like 8, so I'm almost there. But it helps and it makes it cool. And sometimes, like at least with Clone Wars, they've gotten so good. These episodes I've seen it recently, they could have been their own movies. Incredible.
Yeah, that's why watching that trailer for Altered Carbon, I was like, man, I think Altered Carbon might be better as an anime.
Yeah.
There's so much like ideas and how they do things that I don't know if they could do in real life, like how live action.
No, and I love that they're doing that. So this new Altered Carbon comes out soon. I mean, what is today? Today is the 12th.
Yeah.
It comes out on the 19th.
Yeah.
So
So we'll be day 12 quarantine in the house watching.
yeah.
Altered Carbon.
It's kind of interesting that they do that though, where they're not teasing it forever. They like basically let the trailer out today, and it comes out like 7 days later.
Yeah, because I watched it like, when is this coming out? They're like, yo, I got you, fam.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, I love it.
So I got like a week to finish season 2.
Right. I need to get back on it for sure. Let me ask you this: if you were in charge of Netflix, what other 2 shows would you do an animated spinoff of?
Animated spinoff?
Like, I feel like the most obvious one might be Stranger Things, if they like focused on the Demogorgon side of stuff.
Like an origin story?
Yeah.
On like that side?
Yeah.
Like the upside down?
The upside down.
that'd be
Maybe
cool.
they even call it that.
Yeah.
And you could watch like 8 episodes of just the upside down. You wouldn't want to give too much, but like just enough to be like, oh crap, I get. Maybe it would make the real seasons even that more scary if we knew how dark the upside down is.
Yeah, because you only get a glimpse of it every time, you know. You
Right.
don't really
Probably because like
experience it.
once again, it's expensive and hard to do.
Yeah, animated. Because I've noticed that a lot of Netflix animation and anime are actually really good. Like, 7 Daily Sins. It's a Netflix original.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's dubbed.
But not everything's good, like Death Note.
Well, Death Note. Yeah.
That was a Netflix original.
Well, it's you know how at Netflix they just kind of buy the rights for it. And
Right. Oh, that wasn't theirs then?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this one is.
What about Castlevania? Isn't that theirs?
Yeah, that's.
And you didn't like that, but a lot of people do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I can't get over the animation style. Like.
Oh, you don't like the style?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But season 3's out, so I might watch.
You might go back, give it another shot.
Because I've seen 2 seasons.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
You kept watching it after you complained that
I'm
you didn't
committed,
like
man. I'm a committed
How
man.
are you committed after 1 season? That's when you bail.
I just
That's
want to see
funny.
what happens, you know. I never knew that Alucard, Dracula's son.
Yeah.
It's Alucard spelled Dracula backwards. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh,
Did you
hot
know
facts.
that?
No.
Yeah. So his son's name's Alucard, right?
Yeah.
But if you spell Dracula backwards, it's
Dracula.
yeah.
So Alucard spelled backwards is Dracula, and Dracula spelled backwards is Alucard.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Is Alucard only a character in Castlevania, or is that known with the Dracula legend?
I have no idea, man. I mean, if he was, you would have known him, right?
I don't know. I'm not like a fanboy for Dracula, so I don't know.
Yeah. Because like in that show, Dracula gets with like human, human,
Yeah.
and then gets a baby.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's like half vampire, half.
That's
human.
pretty common. Like,
Yeah.
how many times have we seen that?
Yeah.
Blade, anybody?
And then his name is Alucard. Thought that was pretty cool.
Nice. Blade spelled backward is
Laddie.
But you never named a second show. I named one, Stranger Things. What would be a second show they can animate?
Let me see. Like live action.
Yeah.
What do they have?
Kimmy Schmidt.
No.
Be funny. You know what'd be good? It's not on Netflix, but The Boys, an animated version of The Boys.
Oh yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Would you do it like Batman style,
Oh yeah,
like
but
Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat style, but still leave it just as dirty and gross as it already is.
Did you see that new trailer for it
For The Boys?
for Mortal Kombat?
Oh no, there's another one.
Yeah, it's like a more.
More about the actual story rather
Yeah,
than just
and
like,
it's like-
finish him.
Yeah, it's like super gruesome. It's crazy.
Oh, I can't wait. That's gonna be on HBO Max.
I don't know. I can't think of any like live action Netflix shows.
Like maybe the Lock and Key.
Well, I feel like it's still too new for you to,
Yeah, but I mean, Altered Carbon was only on for 1 season and it got a cartoon.
Oh yeah.
So give me a break. So absolutely, I think Lock and Key would be good. I'm Not Okay with This would be good.
I mean, like whatever's based on a graphic novel, you could totally do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I'm trying to think if there's any shows that might actually improve by being. I don't know, but it's kind of cool that they're doing that. I like all these kind of adult-oriented animated cartoons and shows because, like you said, they don't have to have all the special effects. They can still pull everything off.
Yeah. Plus, it's basically story driven, and you're just filling in the stories.
Exactly. So unless you can think of another one, I want to move over to Disney Plus.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
So Disney Plus, they're letting a little bit more and more information out about The Mandalorian Season 2. And we saw last season at the very end, Moff Gideon appear, cuts himself out of the TIE fighter with his
Black saber.
black saber. And I was reading that the actor, his name is he's really popular. I actually remember him from what was that show called? There was a show on NBC he was on, but he's probably most popular from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Oh, Revolution.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you remember that show where was that the one with the power like goes away?
Yeah, where it was like post Earth and there's aliens and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I recognized him from, was Revolution. I think we're getting ready to experience the revolution in real life. But yeah, his name is Giancarlo Esposito or Esposo. I don't know.
He's done so many things.
Yeah, he's a great actor. Another name I'm butchering.
Yeah.
But they were talking to him. He did an interview, and he said that he uses the black saber so much that he kept breaking it, and the prop guys had to keep getting him new ones.
What do you mean you use it so much? Like, just play with it?
No, like in the scenes that he was swinging it so hard that he kept breaking them. And so it makes me think...
in season 2.
In season 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, he's talking about season 2. So I'm hoping that means we're going to get a ton of Moff Gideon in season 2 just rocking the black saber.
But what will he fight it against?
I don't know. Maybe he's
some
just...
kind of like
maybe,
lightning sword or something?
Well, maybe it's not sword-on-sword action, but rather him like just cutting through walls and smacking people in half and cutting things up. Like a lot of times we'll see Jedis fight off entire armies. They're just shooting at them with their sabers.
Yeah.
So maybe it's that sort of thing. Or maybe we get some lightsabers, because we haven't had a lightsaber in The Mandalorian yet.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. It made me think about, because I've been watching, like I said, the Clone Wars. And in the Clone Wars, they introduced the black saber finally, because I got it, I think either the end of season 4 or the beginning of season 5, they started showing the black saber. And it's by a character named Pre Vizsla. And Pre in the Clone Wars is the leader of Death Watch. And Death Watch is like this bad guy group of Mandalorians. They're a bunch of dicks, and they roam around doing douchey things. And I was like, right away, right when I heard Pre Vizsla's voice, I'm like, oh snap! I know that voice! I know that voice. And you know who it is? It turned out to be freaking Jon Favreau. I'm like, this makes so much sense. Jon Favreau was the originator wielding the black saber around on TV as Pre Vizsla, and that's why he's incorporated it as the producer of The Mandalorian, I think, so much. He was the OG.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's some like hot facts there, man.
That's a hot take. I mean, if you didn't realize it, that's so cool that Jon Favreau himself was the OG Mandalorian bad guy rocking the saber action. So I'm almost wondering, I'm really hoping, because we have now this Jon Favreau connection, that he's producing The Mandalorian, that maybe we get some cutscenes to see where Moff Gideon got the dark saber from, and we see him killing Pre Vizsla, and if Favreau could throw the outfit on so he's like in it, perfect would that be? So, or at the very least, Favreau's gotten a little fat lately. Yeah. At the very least, he could provide the voice of whoever's wearing it.
Yeah.
Because that would be amazeballs.
He needs to be back to like Friends Favreau.
Yeah, he's Fat Favreau now.
UFC fighter.
Yeah, we need UFC fighter Favreau, because he's Fatterson. But what was interesting is they make such a big deal about removing your helmets on The Mandalorian. In the freaking Clone Wars, these fools are always taking their helmets off all the time.
Maybe because they're like the bad guys, you know?
Yeah.
There's no code.
Yeah. I don't know. The whole Death Watch thing is pretty cool though. Like I've learned so much more Star Wars lore from this show that I had no clue about. So that's been really, really cool.
Like maybe, you know, for me, if I became a Jedi, I would totally go dark side, because you could just do more stuff, you know?
It's true. But the bad guys are the good guys are always trying to stop you. They're always getting in your way.
I know, but like they're so strict on the rules that you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
That's probably why Mando can't take off his freaking helmet, because he's
too strict with the rules. Because he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. But these like
the bad guys kind of like F it.
Yeah, we'll do whatever we want, man. I don't care. We're still Mandalorians.
Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. I guess though, if I was a Jedi, I would probably be gray, because then you can kind of be both. Like you roll around like you're the good guy, you know, but every once in a while you stab someone, you know, like I don't like you.
You can be like the Deadpool Jedi.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll help. Sometimes I'll kill. Like, it's okay.
It's all good. Yeah. So you win some, you lose some. Yeah. Also, I saw over at Disney Plus that they've had to delay the Falcon and the Winter Soldier because of our coronavirus friend. And I'm just like, oh, I kind of thought the way they were advertising, because there's so many commercials, like even during the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
that this show was
Done shooting, right?
Yeah, I figured they were maybe editing. So the fact that I'm hoping, and I doubt it, but my hope would be that it's affecting maybe a season 2. But the fact that they probably just pulled together some of the few shots that they had to make this show kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
So it may mean, as sad as this is to say, that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier doesn't come out in 2020.
Want my money back.
I know. Oh my God. And of all the bad news we got today, you're going to take away the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah. I've only watched one show on Disney Plus, and that was The Mandalorian.
I know. Well, I've been watching, so I'd recommend to everybody else who's in that boat, Ren and I, is go ahead and watch the Clone Wars. It's a little struggle to start it, but once you get into it, it's totally worth it. Once you've already watched, all the movies.
No wonder our Star Wars gurus keeps pushing us to watch it.
He was right. Yeah. And I appreciate him for that, because I really like it. But yeah, it kind of sucks that both you and I invested in the 3-year deal, which is still a pretty good deal. Yeah. But the fact that we did it expecting to have some Marvel shows, and we may not get any Marvel shows this year, is kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, well, the only good thing is my youngest sister likes to watch it, so she uses it a lot.
Yeah, and we'll do that too, where we'll break out the movies.
Maybe High School Musical? Come on.
Right. Yeah. And maybe during the quarantine, people will want to watch some fun, family-friendly movies. But, maybe... And I always, for some reason, and I don't know if anybody's ever said this, I always assumed that Falcon and the Winter Soldier was coming out first and WandaVision was second. But maybe WandaVision's coming out first.
Really? I thought Falcon was first.
I always did too, but if they have delays on it and they haven't said anything about delays on WandaVision... I don't know. Maybe because WandaVision's filmed on a set and they were filming Winter Soldier out and about.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll wait and see, I guess.
There's a ton of stuff, though, getting delayed. What else did we see was delayed today?
All the movies.
Yeah, there was Quiet Place Part 2 was delayed.
Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan was done, and they basically don't want to lose the money, so they're delaying from putting it in the theaters.
Yeah, because they had their big premiere, and everyone was there, red carpet and stuff.
Yeah, because I saw the reviews. Yeah. And it has really good reviews.
Yeah. And then New Mutants.
Oh, man, that movie's never going to get made.
Just give it to us on, streaming.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. Disney needs to just drop that pile on, Hulu and make a big deal out of it. Maybe connect. What they should do is find some really good advertiser and let the advertiser put a big 30-second commercial in the beginning and at the end that you have to watch, and that's where they make their money, because that thing's a pile. They're never going to make any money from it.
Yeah.
Because like you were saying in off-air, it came out that they didn't even allow them to do any reshoots. So this is just the original movie with some new editing.
Yeah, because once Disney acquired Fox, all the actors and actresses, they grew up. They got older.
Too old.
Yeah, so they don't look the same anymore.
Yeah.
But you see Arya, and there Arya is still kind of like baby Arya, and now she's grown up Arya,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you. Did you, by any chance, since we're in the healthy stream, have time to watch Amazing Stories yet?
Amazing Stories.
We talked about it last episode. It's the one, the Steven Spielberg show on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, no.
I haven't either.
Wait, it's out already?
It's out, yeah.
Oh my God.
I haven't
even watched Mythic Quest, dude.
Oh my God.
I need that quarantine to happen.
You're really rooting for it, so you just stay home and watch TV. Yeah. I hope you know we have to do real work during that time too. So, yeah, I haven't watched any. So let's see if we can at least promise by next episode, assuming there is a next episode, and we may be stuck in different houses. Maybe we can figure out a way to record our own parts and just be really awkward. Like you could be on the phone or something. I don't know. But assuming the next episodes come sooner than later, let's see if we can at least watch episode 1 so we could give kind of a yay or an nay if we think this thing's going to be good.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited for it. Honestly, I am. My last touch point for the healthy stream is both, I think, a healthy stream and a full advantage.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this is a twofer. It's a twofer, my friends. Let's menage this one up with a healthy stream and full advantage. So have you heard of Quibi?
Quibi?
Quibi.
No.
They run commercials for it. I bet you, their commercials are kind of mediocre. So I wouldn't even be surprised if you've seen the commercial and never associated what it was.
No.
So in one of the commercials, they show... So let me tell you what Quibi is really quick. Quibi basically is a mashup of 2 words, which is quick bites. Okay? And what it is it's going to be a new streaming service That's why it's in the healthy stream. And every single show in their shows are 10 minutes or less. So no episode is more than 10 minutes. It's meant to be bingeable. You're only able to watch it as well on your, well, you can watch it, I think you probably figure out ways, but it's meant to be watched on your phone. So you're supposed to watch these 10-minute episodes on your phone because I think they're recognizing, especially the younger generation, that's how a lot of the ways they consume their media anyways. Yeah. And so this is fully featured. Lots of fictional shows, lots of reality shows. Everything's 10 minutes. Lots of big stars. In fact, I'll have to pop in here. I wonder if I still have it up because it sent me an email.
Is this like a new streaming service?
Brand new streaming service. I don't know if I still have it open. Let's see.
How do you spell that? Q-U?
Q-U. Maybe you look at it faster than I can.
I-B?
Q-U-B-I. Quibi. So here's my full advantage portion of this. Is I went on Quibi and they're like, hey, guess what? You can be an insider. Sign your email up now to be an insider. I'm like, all right, why not? So I signed my email up and then I get an email yesterday that says, we're going to give you 90 days of Quibi for free for being an insider. So basically, if you sign up for Quibi right now, and all you have to do to do it is you go on their thing, you punch in your email, and it'll ask you to go on the App Store, whether you have Android or what do they call it on Android? It's not called the App Store, is it?
Like the Google Play Store?
The Play Store. So you have to go onto the App Store or the Play Store and pre-download. So the icon's already there, but when you click on it, it won't actually download on your phone yet. Yeah. It's called a pre-download. I didn't even know that was a choice, but apparently you can. So if you go pre-download the Quibi app prior to April 6th, you will get 90 days of it for free. So that's 3 whole months.
Did they tell you how much it is after that?
No, of course not. I don't think it's going to be super expensive. But yeah, you'll get 90 days for free, and then the service actually kicks into gear on April 26th. So there's a 20-day place from the freebie part of it to starting up. So I've already done it. I've been guaranteed my 90-day free trial, which is like right up my alley, because 3 months is more than enough time to know if I'm going to dig it or think it's stupid.
Will Forte?
Yeah, are you looking at like all the stars and stuff?
I'm scrolling through the website.
Yeah.
Like Christine, John Legend's wife.
Oh, yeah. Christy Teigen?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they have all sorts of different shows, and I can see definitely why the younger gen will love this, but I'm a young gen in my head, so I'm thinking it might be pretty cool.
Do I have a confession?
Okay.
Like, I've been playing this game on my phone.
Yeah.
And they have like short animation scenes.
Okay.
And it's like long view.
Yeah.
Rather than like
so
landscape.
It's landscape?
So it's not landscape. Right?
Oh, it's vertical?
Yeah, it's vertical.
Yeah.
You know, like Instagram stories.
Portrait, or what do they call it? Yeah.
I actually enjoy watching it like that.
So what's cool about Quibi, and that's probably why you thought about it, is they actually advertise that every single show, because it's all original content, is made to be watched in either landscape or portrait.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. I don't even know how you
vertical?
can do that. I think it's called portrait. I think portrait's the best way, because when you go to print something, you pick portrait or landscape.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. So full advantage. Everybody get out there, get your free 90 days of Quibi. See if it's cool or sucks. I don't know.
I'm gonna go take a Quibi.
Yeah, take a quick bite. So yeah, it's called Quibi. There are a bunch of quick bites of television.
You sign up, they should like send you snacks too.
Snacks?
Yeah. That'd be cool. Like, you sign up today, we're gonna send you snacks for the next 3 weeks.
So some quick bites to go with your quick bite?
Yeah.
Genius. Cool. We should work for them. They should hire us.
Yeah. We got ideas.
So many ideas. All right, so this is a perfect time. We're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we still have a nice chunk of show. I have some tasty trailers, just a couple. I want to go, what you working on, Ren? Because we got one of those. I have actually one more full advantage to share beyond the freebie one that I just gave you. And then in our news jacuzzi, I want to talk about the NBA season a little bit. Some big Doctor Strange rumors, Planet of the Apes, and how Pornhub is going to save us from the coronavirus. We'll be right back. Wiki, what's up? We're back. See that? That was pretty tricky. I was tricky with the wiki.
I think Lil Dicky inspired you.
I was tricky with the wiki because of Lil Dicky. Oh. So I think I want to start with, hey, Ren, what you working on?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Caught you off guard.
Design.
Yeah? What kind of designs? Anything good?
Like I told you last time, I was working on, I got the job for one of our clients that does streaming.
Yeah, the Twitch guy,
the eSports
yeah.
stuff, And so it turns out that he didn't need a logo design because he already had one.
Okay.
He just wanted me to design merch.
Oh, okay.
Based on his logo. So I gave him like 5 shirt designs.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. And then he shared it to his gamer buddies.
Yeah.
And now they're like, so who designed those shirts for you? We want some too. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. So I'm gonna be quarantined and designing T-shirts,
just
and
going
logos,
crazy. Yeah, that's awesome.
Can't go anywhere anymore.
Yeah, that's so cool. So yeah, if anybody still wants to get in on the whole esport thing, we're still doing that deal. But
yeah,
$50 for the first 25. Actually, now we've used a couple, so you probably like the first 20 after that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there's still lots of open spots. But yeah, that's good to know that not only can you have like just a logo done, but if you already got like kind of your brand figured out, merch, or what were we talking about earlier? Overlays.
Oh yeah. He wanted some overlays done too. And I thought the overlays he was talking about was like, on the screen.
Yeah.
But he meant like buttons on, when you go streaming, there's like buttons to like, hey, here's my Twitter. Yeah. Here's my about me or
okay.
Like all those little buttons.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like they start pointing like press here to do this.
And then like, little video transition where starting streaming in 5 minutes or something.
Oh, nice.
Like that. There's a lot of stuff in it. It's just
very cool.
It's a learning experience for me too. So I'm learning while designing and helping him out. And I'm like, hey, wife, I gotta go play video games for research. So
not only is it for research, it's for safety. Really, video games are where it's at.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. That's really cool. That's a fun project. I've been working on some labeling for some packaging for a candle business.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's not nearly as fun as e-gaming, so we need more e-gaming so I can play too. But it's coming along pretty well. They're going to be able to sell these things in like some high-end boutiques and some hotels.
Oh,
like
damn.
They have one that goes specifically with the hotels, so I think that's pretty cool.
Are we allowed to like do a name drop?
I think so. Let me check with them, and then I think that they'd actually probably be stoked if we did a name drop.
Yeah.
So maybe by the way, if you use vigilantedesign.com to design something for you and you want free promotion, we will free promo you. And to be fair, our audience is actually growing. I don't think I can say tens of followers anymore.
It used to be tens.
It used to be tens, but it's like way more now, which is awesome. So thank you, everybody. Shout out to, where did you say we were getting hits? Australia, Netherlands.
Yeah.
I mean, like
overseas, dude.
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy. Yeah,
shout out to everybody listening far and away. You guys are awesome, and you make this happen, and we really appreciate it because we're having a lot of fun. And I hope you're having fun too.
So we can say to our hundreds
of followers. Yeah, thank you, Audionots. We'll get nuts together. So back on track a little bit.
Wait, did you ever get confirmation about the other package design you did?
Oh, so yeah, that's I find my end of it's finalized, but he's still like doing some stuff to get it on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
And I as soon he gave me the A-OK as soon as it's up. So as soon as that one's up, I'll even give you the address of how to get to it. So or maybe we'll post it on our Twitter and Instagram so you guys can link and buy one yourself because it's
free promotion,
freaking hilarious. Yeah, we're gonna help this guy sell some of these things because I'm not sure how big it would sell without people knowing about it. But I think once people see it, they'll think, that's hilarious. I need one.
Maybe whoever buys it, like, send them a message that you heard it from us.
Yeah.
That way we know, like, oh, shit, it works.
Maybe we could even, like, run a promo code for him or something and just help the guy out. So I love it. Moving over to our tasty trailers. The tasty trailers. Yum, 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 yum. I got 2 trailers. Both of them are animated.
Oh man, all about the anime.
Lots of animation lately. I don't know if maybe the price of animation has just come down. It used to be, I think, pretty expensive to make anything animated, but not so much anymore.
Maybe actors and actresses are demanding too much money,
But it's always big names too behind the animation, so it's like it's not. I don't know how you're getting around it. Maybe they don't charge as much if they can just come to work and be in their underwear. I don't know. The first one I'm actually super excited about. Do you like the cartoon Bob's Burgers?
Yeah.
Oh, me too. It's one of my faves. I'd say that's a top 20 show for me, for sure. But there's a brand new show coming out on Apple Plus called Central Park.
Oh yeah.
I think we may
I
have
saw that
maybe
one, yeah.
talked about it once before. I can't remember.
I remember I was like, it looks like Bob's Burger and Friends mix
Yeah,
into a
totally.
cartoon, you know?
Yeah. So it's the exact same animation style as Bob's Burgers. But what's interesting about it is, do you remember the show Kimmy Schmidt?
Yeah.
Do you remember Titus?
Yeah.
He's one of the main voice actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Titus is dope, man.
Yeah. Did I write? I think I might even wrote down some of the other voice actors in Central Park. But basically, it looks just like Bob's Burgers. It takes place. Oh, Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell is one of the main ones. Josh Gad. Remember Josh Gad? Olaf himself.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's got the best voice. Leslie Odom Jr., Titus, and Stanley Tucci, who the famous, great actor, is in this show. And in Bob's Burgers fashion, he plays the old woman. So I'm like, I love that they continued with that.
Man, how did they get all those name actors and actresses to?
Well, I think that part of it is Apple is willing to shell out a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
I think the second part of it is they've gained a lot of favor with how well received Bob's Burgers is, because it's a great show. I think everybody likes it. But what's also kind of cool, because we know that Titus is a pretty good singer from his Kimmy Schmidt stuff, and he used to be a Broadway guy.
Yeah.
This is a musical show. So this is the one time I've ever actually been excited for a musical show, because they do silly songs in Bob's Burgers once in a while too. Yeah. And I think it's going to work on this. So, Central Park is a comedy musical, and basically this old lady, she lives next to Central Park, and she looks out on it. In her mind, all she wants to do, she's kind of the bad guy. She wants to buy the park, rip it all out, and build buildings and make all that money off the rent and the mortgage and all that property value. Whereas the other characters are like people who go to the park, and then the park rangers, and they're kind of like fighting against her. So I think that because this concept's so kind of close-ended, that maybe it's going to be almost like a limited series where there's only so much of it before you've seen it all. Almost like it probably would have been a movie, but then they thought, well, you can't really make a whole movie out of this. Maybe you could have, because it looks pretty funny. So I'm kind of excited to see that. Central Park, I think it's going to be a good one.
Is there a release date?
Yes, I'm glad you asked.
Nice.
May 29th. So we have a little bit longer for this one. Well, I'm sure we'll be well out of quarantine by then, but we'll all be feeling healthy and good. So we'll like watching a show about, a park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Central Park. So my second tasty trailer is a movie called Soul.
Oh yeah, I watched that this morning.
Okay, good. Yeah. And Soul is made by Pixar. So Pixar they're putting out some movies. I mean, they just put out Onward, and I think that Onward is it Onward? Yes, Onward. Onward, actually, I wanted to go see it, but we didn't get a chance yet. It's done pretty well, despite the virus. You know what I mean? So they're still selling tickets.
Well, it's because it's pre-virus.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be still making money now. They may have a big hard fall off at this point, which is kind of a bummer, because I heard it's a pretty fun movie. They said it's not like genius, but it's fun. So the Soul movie, if you haven't seen the tasty trailer, is pretty simplistic. This African-American, he's a younger guy. He looks like he's getting his musical career kind of going, and he's really happy with life.
Well, he's like a music teacher.
He's a music teacher, and he's like, is he a trumpetist or a trombonist?
Well, I saw him playing the piano.
Oh, I kept seeing all the jazz. He's like a jazz band guy.
Because he auditioned and he was playing the piano.
Okay.
The lady's like, "Come back tonight."
Yeah, I think he's he's a teacher, and he's about to hit it big.
Yeah.
And so he's walking, probably because he's excited about his news, and he falls in like a manhole and dies.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy stuff for a kids movie.
Oh, he's voiced by Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, the one and only. So he falls in the hole, he dies, and then he goes up to, and I don't think they explicitly say heaven, hell, or otherwise, because this is all about souls.
Yeah.
And the souls themselves are animated to almost look like water droplets, is what I'd compare them to. And so he's kind of in this line, and you see this huge line leading up to this kind of
white light,
spacey, heaveny type area. And he's like, "Oh no, I can't be dead. I mean, I was just getting going. This sucks." And so he's all excited. He wants to go back. And so he somehow jumps out of line and falls into almost like this void. And he goes through all these things, and he ends up in this new area. And he's like, "Where am I?" He goes, "Oh, this is the new souls. This is where the new souls go into bodies." And so he ends up somehow getting back to Earth. he's with one of the new souls, and they're outside of bodies. They're not even in a human body.
Well, it's because they get pushed back into Earth.
Yeah,
in the trailer,
and he can see that he's not actually dead.
Yeah, he sees his body on like a.
Yeah, which is maybe how they're going to explain why he was able to jump out of the line. No one else can. It's because he wasn't officially all the way dead. He's in like a coma or something.
But the thing is, I don't know why they showed that much in the trailer.
Yeah,
because at the very end, they're like, we counted this many souls and there's one missing.
One missing.
So there's something bigger that happens.
Right.
You would think that he goes back to his body in the end.
The end. Yeah, there's something else going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't survive. Because, Pixar is huge fans of tearjerkers.
Yeah, just like in Coco.
If I'm taking a guess, he doesn't make it, but the new young soul he's kind of hanging out with becomes like what he wanted to do. Like, grows into the body and grows up to be this really soulful jazz musician.
Because, like, they kind of show you where the young soul doesn't like Earth, doesn't like anything.
Yeah.
And then he's taking the young soul throughout his life and sees
to show him why it's so great.
Yeah. And so it maybe,
it teaches him how to appreciate everything.
Yeah, you already got the whole plot.
I know, we don't need to see this movie now. We just saved everybody $12. Yeah. Now you don't have to go to the theater and watch it and risk coronavirus. I don't know. I didn't write down when that one comes out, but I think it's a while. I don't think it's coming out anytime soon. So I think we have a minute on that one. Moving over to the actual Full Advantage. Full Advantage! So I came across this new app that I really like. And my Full Advantage is sharing the app with everybody so they can try it if they like the kind of dumb things I like. And I may have mentioned 100 times before that I like lists. And this is like the perfect list app ever made. So it's called Letterboxd. So Letterboxd spelled without the E in boxed. So everything's spelled correctly except for they had to lose the E for some reason, probably because it was taken.
So BOXD?
BOXD. Letterboxd. So Letterboxd is basically a social media app exclusively for talking about movies and making lists of your favorite movies and liking other people's lists of movies. That's literally all it is.
Dude, we could have a whole segment just doing that.
Well, just so you know, I've already been working on my top favorite 20 movies, and I will be posting that on Twitter. So at Audionots, you shall see. I'll make sure everybody knows that it's Old Boy's top 10. We could have maybe Rin post his top 10 later.
Wait, movies?
Yes.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Oh.
I mean, that's why it's taking me a minute.
Yeah.
If I give everybody a sneak peek, let me open up my Letterboxd while we're talking about it. But it's a pretty cool app. So it has pretty much every movie you've ever heard of. And it's almost like IMDb, where when you click on it, it tells you everything about that movie. Who was in it? How long it ran? How well it did? It's really detailed and cool. It's a good looking app too. But you can create your own lists. And I click on this. So I click on my lists. And you can look at everybody's lists. There's like certain critics that are more popular. Their top, like maybe if you're looking for something to watch, you can find someone else's list and learn from it. You can friend other people that you have lists in common with. It's really pretty cool.
Just like your list.
So my list currently is, I call it the top 20 faves, and it's not in order. So at least give me that. But here are the first 15 of my top 20 faves. We'll save the last 5.
I can probably think of 3 at the top of my head right now.
Okay. So see if any of the 3 that are your top favorite. And I try not to like pin myself into one genre because this is my top 20 overall. Like if I was stuck in a quarantined room and had to watch 20 movies, these are the ones I would pick. So my first 15 in no particular order. So this doesn't necessarily mean one's better than another.
Yeah.
Avengers: Infinity War.
Yeah. Well, that's my number 1.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. The Dark Knight. Guardians of the Galaxy. Fight Club. Thor Ragnarok. Empire Strikes Back. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Neighbors. I love that movie. I'm not ashamed. Yeah, I think it's okay to include ones that everybody else doesn't think is great. Heathers. Edge of Tomorrow. Star Wars. The Force Awakens. Return of the Jedi. And Big Hero 6.
Nice.
Love those movies.
Yeah, those are a lot of good movies I like too.
So many good movies.
I think one that it's on my list and it's not on your list is I'm very biased on this. But
That's fine. That's the beauty of it being your list.
But it's Interview with the Vampire.
You like that movie?
It's my favorite vampire movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't. I need to go back and watch it as an adult. Because you're talking about the one with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, right?
And Antonio Banderas and Kristen Dunst. Come on.
I haven't seen that movie forever. And I remember just being bored out of my mind. But if you like it that much, maybe I'll give it another shot.
Yeah. You might not like it. It's kind of slow. But
That's why I remember it being slow.
I just really like it.
But yeah, so that's a fun app. So my full advantage is go get this app. It's free. You can become friends with me on there if you want to. It's fun, and then what you do is you screenshot your top movies and post it on your other social medias to let everybody know.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it.
My list is better than your list.
My list is dope. So this is actually the perfect segue though into our first news jacuzzi story. Big Doctor Strange rumors, and I'm gonna call these rumors because they're completely. I've gotten no real good source other than wait for it. Drum roll, please. Letterboxd. So the Letterboxd app, where you go into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, the upcoming Doctor Strange Part 2 movie, lists off all sorts of crazy things. I wonder if I still have that up. I might have closed it. Oh no, I still have it right here. So Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, according to Letterboxd, says, like I said, remember that they show you all the people that are going to be in it.
Yeah.
And this freaking thing shows that it's got all the OG Spider-Mans in it. I was like shocked by this.
So you got Tobey Maguire,
Andrew Garfield. It also had. Let's see. Keep talking while I look.
I remember seeing Nick Cage.
Yeah, Nick Cage as Ghost Rider. Yeah. Like that right there is what makes me think that this can't possibly be real. Because I saw that, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It showed that it was produced by Kevin Feige.
Dude, you gotta show that to like Kid Danger. He'd be like, oh shit, Ghost Rider.
I know he's like the only human being in the world that loves Ghost Rider. Because that movie sucked. But yeah, so they basically it looks as if they're taking all these older like Sony version Marvel movies and bringing them back. And what gives it a little bit of credibility is it's being directed by Sam Raimi, who is the director of the OG Spider-Man movies. So I mean that kind of like lends a little bit of credence to this crazy rumor. But I mean, let me ask you this: if it was real, and I kind of doubt that it is, but if it was real, would you like it, or would you think it was kind of dumb?
I would love it, dude.
I would love it too.
Because for me, I really, really like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. So here I got the list. Ready? Obviously, Benedict Cumberbatch. He's Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But also, Elizabeth Olsen is Wanda. So,
WandaVision's in there?
Mm-hmm. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Benedict Wong as Wong.
There's 2 Benedicts.
I know. They got 2 people. The 2 stars that are both named Benedict. Tilda Swinton is the Ancient One. We saw her before. Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
Wait, who's the Ancient One again?
Remember she was the old crazy lady that bashed him and he came out of his body?
Yeah.
And then Nick Cage is Johnny Blaze. And so this was posted on Letterboxd. So I'm not sure if anybody can adapt Letterboxd posts, kind of like a Wikipedia thing, and they're just someone messing around.
Yeah.
But freaking A, how fun would that be if that was true?
Can someone confirm for us? It sounds so fake.
Sounds so fake.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty decent source. So.
But I really want it to happen. Yeah.
I feel like if it was real, it would be bigger news everywhere. Like, it couldn't be just one place found it and it has it there.
How does Tobey Maguire look now?
Probably the same. I think he's one of those. Chubby? I don't know. I feel like he's like one of those child men, that kind of always looks like a kid, like the Karate Kid guy who's 16 still looks like he's 14.
Because in Spider-Verse where Nick Johnson, his Spider-Man, he's all fat and lazy. That'd be so cool to have that version.
Well, it would be so funny to see Doctor Strange jumping in and out of his little things, and he runs, oh, Spider-Man, I know you, and he pulls up his mask and it's Tobey Maguire. It's like, oh,
damn it, wrong one. What if they go and get the voice actors who play other Spider-Mans too?
It'd be crazy,
right? You get Chris Pine to play one.
Yeah, it would almost be like on Star Wars where they had all the voices from all the media, talking to Rey about find the Force, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Even Freddie Prinze Jr.
Dude, even if like the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider stuff is just too far out there, even if they were able to pull off one of these like minor details, how fun would it be? That would, in my mind, already make Doctor Strange the best upcoming Marvel movie.
Yeah, because that multiverse, you could do anything with it, you know?
Yeah, why not get crazy? And I think that if they're paying attention to what DC's doing, they do it all the time. They have Flash jumping all around in different places, different versions of Superman.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
What does that mean?
In Doctor Strange, the bad guy.
Oh, I like to remember. I thought you were talking about the Flash. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. It's hilarious. Okay, so my next story, I want to talk about the NBA season getting canceled. So even though a lot of things got canceled today, including
Hockey.
cancel is probably not the right word. Let's say postponed.
Yes.
Was the NBA, NHL, MLB,
college,
a lot of other things. Even
NCAA.
Disneyland got shut down. Universal Studios got shut down.
Dude, everybody wanted cancel culture, and guess what? Dude?
We did it.
We did it.
So yeah, they canceled. Like you said, March Madness, all sorts of things.
Yeah,
but
it made our scoreboard app useless.
Totally useless. we're bragging about our Oregon sports betting. That's out the door. There's nothing to bet on unless we want to bet on. I don't know if there's any weird sports left.
I don't know. Maybe we could bet on like cricket or something.
But even there, I mean, they're having just as many problems there. This is worldwide.
It's
Pandemic. But what I thought was most interesting about it was how it happened. So I'm proud to say that I called this happening 45 minutes before it happened. So the story was that the Mavericks, was it Mavericks? No, it was the Utah Jazz and Mavericks?
OKC.
Yeah. Utah Jazz and OKC were literally getting ready to tip off. The audience, the crowd was already all there. And then people started saying, oh no, what's his face? What is the...
Rudy Gobert?
Rudy Gobert is sick.
He's like the star center.
He's their superstar center. We don't want to go play with him. And then I'll break up saying, well, if he really has coronavirus and is that sick, he messed around with all the reporters prior to the game because they were asking because he sounded kind of sick.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't have it. And so that, when they have athletes, they line up all these microphones in front of them. And he made a point to touch every single microphone before he walked out because he thought he was being funny because he assumed he didn't have it. Yeah. Well, guess what? Rudy freaking Gobert has the coronavirus, and he exposed all those people to it by thinking he was silly.
Yeah, he was just doing a prank and joking around.
Yeah, and you were saying earlier that he was also touching everybody in the locker room on purpose because he thought it was. He really honestly didn't think he actually think he had it.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, I'm getting you. Like I'm not really sick. I'm gonna touch you.
I'm gonna get my cooties."
Well, here's what happened. Now, while Rudy Gobert may be a great center for them, the superstar of the Utah Jazz is Spider-Man himself, one Donovan Mitchell. Homie gave Donovan Mitchell. I mean, let me ask you that. If you're the owner, do you trade Rudy Gobert? Are you that mad at him? Or do you just let it go? You just let it slide?
I think you have to let it slide because he honestly didn't know.
He didn't know, but oh my God, you got to at least find him or something.
Yeah.
Attempted manslaughter.
That's like they're 1 and 2.
It's like, damn, Rudy, why you got to be like that? I mean, it probably doesn't matter in the end because the NBA is going to be off for a month at least. Yeah. And they'll both have plenty of time. And these are young, healthy guys. They're both going to recover just fine. And maybe it'll work in their favor because they all got sick first, and when it comes back, everybody's full steam ahead. Yeah. But I just thought that was such interesting circumstances that this guy did that.
Dude, it's like we live in the strangest timeline, man.
It's becoming the worst timeline. It's like I used to always think we were in the best timeline because of all the crazy stuff, and it's just like, dear Lord help me. Speaking of strange timelines, it is the Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Movie?
No, not a movie. I mean, that would be way cooler because I thought when you were telling me Planet of the Apes that it was going to be a movie.
Trailer, let's go.
I just assumed, Planet of the Apes has been delayed.
So is this why it's not in the tasty trailers?
This is why it's not a tasty trailer. Oh. Because it turns out in Thailand. So in Thailand, they have all these little monkeys. I'm not sure what those kind of monkeys are called. Are they gibbons or?
I don't
know. You've all seen them. They're the kind of like angry looking monkeys that steal your purse and shit when you go like foreign countries.
Yeah.
And so they're very familiar in Thailand with tourists because the tourists all feed them. So what's happened is since everybody's staying inside and no one's feeding these monkeys, they all kind of rose up Planet of the Apes style and came charging into the town and started harassing the few people that were out.
Start street fighting against people, dude.
And they were fighting each other. I would highly recommend anybody who wants to see something kind of amusing, go look this up on the interwebs. It's a crazy, crazy story.
Yeah, if you look up Planet of the Apes, the movies don't pop out yet. Yeah. This video pops up.
This video of all these little monkeys going ham. I mean, this is literally how the Planet of the Apes starts. So who would have known that was the way we would actually go out?
So we're living the prequel of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, we're all gonna croak. The apes are gonna take over and start to learn English, or maybe Taiwanese. Yeah. And my final story is really how we're gonna all cope in the midst of being quarantined. So Italy, as we know, has been hit the hardest so far, I'm sure.
Yeah, the whole country's quarantined.
Yeah, they're literally on house arrest. The entire country of Guidos are under house arrest. They're like, hey, it's got to get to my meatballs. And like, no, stay inside.
Wait, we know a Guido.
We know someone named Guido that lives in Italy.
Yeah.
And he's very mad about not being able to get his meatballs. And so it turns out that the amazing people over at Pornhub have decided to offer the entire country of Italy free premium service for their Pornhub. So you think they're going to do that for us? For America? If we get quarantined?
Well, if we get quarantined, then they have to, right? It's only
fair. They don't have to.
It's only fair.
But how amazing is that? I mean, like, hey, listen, we're going to give you... I don't even know what that entails. What is the premium service?
Yeah, what does it do? Like, don't you already get free porn?
I'm so confused. So, between me, you, and everybody listening, I've always been confused at why anybody pays for pornography.
Yeah, you can look it up.
Yeah, I'm not like a crazy porn guy. Like, I'm a dude. Like any other dude. Porn's good and all that.
Yeah.
But it takes no time to find free pornography. Like, no time. Even Pornhub itself, everything on there seems to be free. You click on it, you watch it, you move on. I can't figure out what the premium part of it is.
Because I saw all the news the other day where they were showing a full-length movie or something like that.
Oh, really?
Like by...
That's right. That was news. They'd made a movie that wasn't pornography.
Yeah.
It was like an original movie that was debuting on Pornhub.
Yeah, so you get to watch that? Is that like their own streaming services or something? You know?
Yeah, it's literally like adult streaming.
Yeah.
So good on Pornhub. I mean, they're very clever with their marketing. They've done a lot of things like this in the past where they've helped out different causes and things like that to kind of, because I think a lot of people, when they think pornography, they think like a bad taste. But Pornhub, I mean, here I am defending pornography like a real jerk. But Pornhub, I mean, if we're going to be honest about it, is a big company. And they seem like they don't like allow the real bad stuff, because what happens anywhere in the world, you got this dark side of stuff with child porn and bestiality and things that like nobody should be watching. They bring in things that everybody's legal. They're all consenting adults. Yeah. It's normal, and it's not. People shouldn't treat pornography as if it's some horrible thing. It's normal for people to be interested in that.
Yeah, like we all learn, everybody has their own fetish.
Yeah,
but these are like legal fetishes.
It's a legal way to spend some time with yourself. Yeah. So if us as Americans all end up getting locked inside for 2 weeks and we're all like bored out of our minds because we find out that we could do our work, the work that takes us 8 hours to go and do all day long, we could pop it done in 2 hours because we can just get it done real quick so we can watch Clone Wars, listen to Audionots, and finish the night with a little Pornhub.
We have incentives.
Yeah, we have more incentives because there's things we want to do. We get to it sooner.
Yeah.
So thanks, Pornhub. I appreciate it.
So if you're listening to this, Pornhub, let us try your premium. We want to see what's up.
Yeah, I mean, we just gave you so much free advertising. Like, it's ridiculous.
I want to see the difference between that and the free version. Like, is it worth the money? I don't know how much it is you pay.
I have no idea. Yeah. I have no idea because like I've always been shocked that anybody pays for any of that stuff. Like the only thing I thought that people even paid for anymore was the cam girls. Because it's like a real human being on another side. Yeah. And like, that's not really my speed, but I at least kind of understand why maybe somebody would spend money on it. But otherwise, if you're spending money on pornography, you're kind of an idiot.
You should be spending money with us. Designing logos.
Yes. Playing e-games, doing something more productive.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I have. I mean, you have anything else to finish off this coronavirus, Pornhubby episode 14?
Well, just after Pornhub, just make sure to wash your hands.
Yeah, wash your hands and remember, stay calm, relax. We're all gonna be okay. We're gonna have some difficulties in life. Honestly, the biggest thing are gonna be economic. We're gonna have more economic issues than we are gonna be health issues. So if you're worried about getting sick and croaking, most likely you're not. And if you do, you won't know that I said you wouldn't. So everybody, relax, have a good time, and we will catch you on the flippity flip. I was tricky with the wiki because of Little Dicky. Oh.